Hello friends, I am Jayesh Gandhi and today we are going to talk about the signal generator module ADS 9850. This is a DSS synthesizer which is used for frequency generation. It generates sine waves at a desired frequency. This is available in the form of a module HCSR08. So we can buy this module, and now you have to just directly interface this module with the Arduino board. So our target will be to interface this module with the Arduino board and try to see how the frequencies are generated. The schematic design of the board. This is the pin details of the board which we are going to use. This is the datasheet of the chip AD9850. It is a complete DDS synthesizer. This board can be interfaced with the microcontroller either in the parallel mode or in the serial mode. So you can load the data serially or parallelly as per your choice. And by default, if you want to go into the serial mode, then you have to make this arrangement. You have to connect the pin number 2 to ground, that is D2, and 3 and 4 to VCC, that is D1 and D0. When you connect this in this format, then when the module is powered up, then automatically the module will go into the serial programming mode. And then you have to send the data serially. It has got a 40-bit data which is to be sent to the module in serial format, and these 40 bits are defined over here, W0 to W31. These 32 bits are the frequency. Is the frequency value which is to be written to the module, and the remaining 8 bits are the phase control, power down mode, and some control bits which are used by the manufacturers. So our interest is to write these 32 bits and this control word so that we can control the frequency of the module. So we are going to program this module in serial mode and write these 32 bits and the 8 bits over here. So let us start. First of all, we will try to see the circuit arrangement. You have to connect the power supply VCC and the ground, and there are 2 supply terminals and 2 ground terminals which you can connect. The pin number 2 you have to connect to ground, and the pin number 3 and 4 they are to be connected to VCC as we have already seen. So that arrangement you have to make. The interfacing of the module for serial communication is done by connecting the pin number 8 of the Arduino board to the W clock. On every rising edge of the W clock, the data is clocked into the module. The pin number 9 is connected to FQUD, that is frequency update. After the 40-bit word is entered into the module, you have to update the module with this word. So you have to give a rising edge on the FQUD pin also. So that is connected to pin number 9, and pin number 10 is connected with every data bit which is to be connected. So these are the interfacing details. Pin number 8 connected to the clock, pin number 9 connected to the update, and pin number 10 for data. Only these 3 pins are to be interfaced, and with this interfacing with the Arduino, we can program this module and change the frequency. So let us see what we can do over here. So this is our program. It is a small program of 42 lines, but it controls this frequency. Pin number 8 assigned to the W clock, pin number 9 assigned to FQUD, pin number 10 assigned to the data pin. The pin mode of all these pins is set to output. The value of frequency is taken over here. Whatever frequency we want to load, this is a 32-bit number. As we have seen that it is a 32-bit number which you have to give to the module. So these are 4 hex nibbles and these are other 4 hex nibbles. So this all totals up to 32 bits. And then we make the clock 0, the frequency update 0, and then initiate the loop for writing 32 bits from 0 to 31, and each iteration you increase it by 1. So all the 32 bits are serially clocked in with this particular part of the program, and then we isolate 1 bit at a time, and if it is high we write the data high at the pin D and low if that particular bit is low. So this part of the program writes the data, identify each bit and send it to the data port. So this is what it is doing. After that you have got the digital write clock, W clock high. So it was low, here we have made it low, now we are making it high, so giving the rising edge to transfer the data. Once we give the rising edge, this value whatever is initialized at the data pin is entered into the module, and then again we make the clock low, go for the next iteration, 32 times the data is updated and sent to the data port and clocked into the module. So this particular part of the program will clock the 32 bits into the module. Only the bits are clocked inside, they are not updated. We have to write total 40 bits, out of which 32 bits are the frequency control bits and they are updated. Next we have the 8 bits which are to be sent to the module, and this remaining 8 bits are made low. All the bits are made low so that you are not altering the phase nor you are altering the power mode, you are in the active mode, and no control bits are also sent. So all these 8 bits are made 0. Again you clock it, so 32 bits clocked over here and the 8 bits are clocked over here. Totally 40 bits are clocked, and once the 40 bits are clocked, then the data is updated by making FQ update high and then FQ update low. So after you give this pulse on the rising edge of the frequency update, the frequency data is updated in the module and the module will behave accordingly and give you that particular frequency. So now I am writing this frequency into the module, and this will mean that there is a frequency of 4 megahertz, approximately 3.9 to 4 megahertz, and that will be initialized by the module and that will be seen on the CRO. So let us write this word into the, upload this data to the Arduino, and the Arduino will write the frequency control word into the module, and we will see that there is a, so okay, this is my CRO module giving me the data on the PC screen. So from the CRO I am getting this data on the screen, and we can see that the frequency is 3.9 megahertz. So when we write 08000000, then the frequency is around 4 megahertz. We can go higher values and write the higher values, but then it requires an oscilloscope with a greater frequency which it can be displayed, and therefore we will start from 4 megahertz. So we have got a signal of 4 megahertz at, you can see the peak to peak value is 856 millivolts, so less than 1 volt. These are the limitations of the CRO, so we cannot help that. Let us once again try and change the frequency. I will divide the frequency by 2 by making it 4. Let the data go into the CRO. So it is updated. So now we can see that the frequency is around 1.949 megahertz. That is half of the previous frequency. It was 3.9. So half of that, it was approximately 4. The half of that is 2. So that is what we see over here. And the peak to peak value is this 800 millivolts. 800 to 900 millivolts. Let us again change the frequency. I'll change the frequency to, once again divided by 2. So it is now the frequency is still reduced, and you can see now it is nearly 1 megahertz or 974 kilohertz. So the frequency is reducing as we are dividing the number by 2. Okay, so I have updated the CRO data and we are getting it as 1 megahertz approximate. Let us still divide it by 2. So now what we should do? We should write a 1 over here. So we are dividing the frequency count by 2, and that will once again reflect as divided by 2 over here. You can see now it is 487 kilohertz. So previously it was 976 kilohertz. Now it is 488 kilohertz. So you can see that as we divide the count by 2, the frequency is also divided by 2. Still we can divide by 2 by making this 0. So let us further divide it by 2. So I will make this a 0, and this I should make as 8. So it is division by 2. I hope you understand how this is done. Once again, let us load this program. So previously it was 488 kilohertz. So now it is 244 kilohertz. Further divided by 2. I think this is the last iteration I am going to show. This should be sufficient to make you understand that how the frequency of this module is being changed by the change in the program. So it is 121 kilohertz. All the frequency control data is sent as 32-bit word to the module, and the module in turn responds to this and gives us the desired frequency. So this is our Arduino, this is our module, and that is how we have interfaced the module to give the required control. We can once again see the program. So we have the initializations, then we have the setup of the ports, then we have the setup of the frequency, make the clocks low, write a particular data, give a clock pulse that gives 32 bits over here, Then again write a particular data, give the clock pulse, that gives rest 8 bits. These 32 bits are the frequency control bits, and these 8 bits are the phase control and power down mode bits. So that all we are not activating, and they are all 0. And then finally we update the frequency into the module. Here at the end I have written while 1, so I am putting the infinite loop over here so that it doesn't iterate again and again in the loop function, and again the module is not loaded. Once it is loaded, the frequency will be given. So that brings us to the end of this tutorial. Of course, I wanted to show you something in a tabular form. So these are the frequency control words which we have written down, 32-bit. These are the observed frequencies as we have seen right now, and in this way you can go on modifying the control word and the frequency will be modified. Okay, so that brings us to the end of this tutorial. Thank you very much for viewing this tutorial. Please like the channel and subscribe it. Press the bell icon to get notifications of all the new tutorials I upload. Thank you very much.